welcome to the Travelodge Challenge. I'm Dave.
I'm Jackie.
Now, just before we continue, I'd just like to let you know that the introduction that you've just seen, the images within that were actually recorded last year when the lockdown restrictions were eased, and we haven't actually been travelling since around about September last year when we completed Wales, and we also did our 100th down at Pembroke Dock.
So with that, we are in Rhyl at the moment, where they are open for leisure along with Scotland. So we just thought we'd pop down here just for a couple of days, just to get a bit of relaxation, really.
But we are
we certainly are now. We need that, don't we? Especially after what's been going on over the past 18 months. But we are adhering to all restrictions. We are keeping the 2-metre distance while out and about and in public areas. Me and Dave, we are from the same household. We do have our masks with us that we wear at all times within public areas, and we will continue to adhere to any restrictions that Boris Johnson puts in place, and this will be moving forward. So that's the end of the political side. Let's get to it. Dave.
Right, so in this video, this is our introductory video. So we're just going to introduce who we are, what we do, and why we're doing this challenge. And it's not just because we're mad. Well, maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, we're a little bit mad. But no, so I'm Dave, as I say. So my job, I'm actually a healthcare assistant for a jobs agency and work within nursing homes. In my spare time, I absolutely love roller coasters. I've got loads of hobbies. So I love cars. I love pulling them apart, putting them back together, which I always do, don't I?
Yeah.
And on my off days, I love to be down the scrapyards and things like that. And I do like to try and drag Jackie along, but you're not really interested, are you?
I like the way he tries.
She doesn't want to break her fingernails.
No.
So that's me. How about yourself?
I'm Jackie. I do actually work for Travelodge. I'm a hotel receptionist and a team member. I love my job. I love getting the first good impressions, and I just love the guests that we do check in throughout. I do love to travel as much as Dave does. That's something that we do certainly have in common.
Yeah.
This is one of the great things about this challenge, is so we can get to see places of interest, places I've never even been before. We do bring the family with us, which I know Dave actually loves my family and loves him coming along, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's quality time. That really is quality time for all of us. But I like to see my Travelodge family as well, and I've met a lot of good ones along the way, and I'm sure I'm going to meet a lot of good ones moving forward with this. And the interesting part of it is the actual structure of some of these hotels, the architecture, as Dave would say.
Yeah.
There's some absolutely spectacular ones out there. We do have 3 top ones, which we'll mention a little bit later. And the views that complement them is absolutely just stunning and fantastic. So yeah, you're going to enjoy this journey with us, and let's hope you do.
Yeah. And like Jackie said there as well, I mean, I do love driving. I love travelling. There is a lot in the UK that I've never seen before, and I know is out there, and I want to go and see. There's also a lot of stuff that I don't know is out there. Like for instance, we went to Llandudno, and you'll see that in a later video. And while we were at Llandudno, we actually found an Alice in Wonderland trail. I mean, I say during this lockdown and things anyway, the current restrictions, a lot of places is closed, but we are trying to find things to do. And we followed that trail, and it was quite interesting. It took us into some really nice gardens around the Great Orme and things like that, didn't it? And
It did. Yeah.
you know, it's all things that we wouldn't normally have got to see. I want to see Stonehenge. I want to see the Angel of the North. Never seen those. I want to be able to travel from Land's End to John O'Groats. You know, literally from top to bottom of the UK. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting on with this challenge. As I say, we've done 129 travel lodges so far.
Yeah.
There's around about 570 in total, including Ireland and Spain, which we will be doing at some point. We're not doing the American ones, only for the fact that it's a different company, because they're still under the Forte brand, aren't they? So we're not doing America. So yeah, I mean, Yeah.
Our 3 main top ones, though, that we've done so far, which you can find these on Instagram. Please follow us on Instagram. You will see them pictures on there, which we can actually upload onto our Facebook page as well. So the top 3 that we have got.
At 3. Halkin in North Wales on the A55. Now, we like that one because we like the way it's like built out of stone from the outside. It's only a small hotel, but it's got a cracking view, hasn't it?
Stunning view of the estuary, which overlooks the Wirral.
Which is where I'm from.
Which is where Dave's from.
So I can see my house from here. Yay! I don't live on the Wirral anymore, but that's where I'm originally from. Number 2
is
Kendal. Yeah, so the older Kendal, because obviously there is a new Kendal that's also opened. But yeah, the older one, again, for the stonework, it's a larger hotel than the likes of Halkin. But again, the view, looking out across the middle of nowhere, fields, mountains, things like that. We haven't stayed at these travel lodges, by the way, but we have visited, just to take our pictures for the challenge. But you can get a feel for it. It's really nice, and we would like to stay there one day, actually, wouldn't we?
Yeah, certainly happen.
Yeah, so you never know, you might see us in Kendal.
You might.
And number 1
got to be Hereford Grafton,
yes. So we actually visited Hereford Grafton back in September. Again, we didn't stay. But we were going past on our way down to South Wales, heading going to do our 100s down at Pembroke Dock. Now, Hereford Grafton is very unusual. I haven't seen any other travel lodge like this.
Up to now, we've not.
So to look at that one, it's actually like, it looks like stables, a barn, all that sort of stuff. It's even got like the wooden doors next to the windows, as if it's like stable doors that open and close. It's also the only one so far that I've found where it's got like a pub sign, the swingers signs on a pub.
Yes.
And then again, the view across the mountains, looking at fields full of cows and things like that, unspoilt scenery.
Absolutely beautiful.
Really nice looking travel lodge, isn't it?
Yes.
And again, it's one that we would definitely love to stay at one day.
That's one thing that we do on this challenge as well. We will stay at some of them, but we don't actually come into all of them. So you may see us, and then you may not. It just depends, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like a lot of the very first travel lodges that we actually visited, it was when the restrictions were easing, when the first lockdown was finishing, and they actually turned around and said, you're free to travel. Now, at the time, there was only around about 50 or so travel lodges in the UK that were actually open, and a lot were still actually closed. We were free to travel, so we did, and we took photographs from the outside because the travel lodges were actually closed. But we're not about staying at all the travel lodges. It's just actually getting to the travel lodge and getting a picture with the sign. And we are aware that some travel lodges don't have a sign on the outside. So that's a bit difficult, but we'll remember, we'll take the picture, and we'll still, obviously we upload them all onto Instagram, where you'll actually see a picture of all 129 that we've done, and they'll be labelled, so even if you can't read the sign, it will be labelled so you know which travel lodge that is.
Because a lot of I won't say a lot of our lodges, but some of the lodges with the signs on the outside don't actually state which one it is. So at that point, if it's open, then we will come in and ask, can we just take that quick picture? Where it'll probably be behind the reception desk.
Yeah, because obviously sometimes it's behind the reception desk with the name of the hotel.
Yeah.
We don't go behind reception to do that.
Oh God, no.
We literally just stand in reception and take a selfie.
Yeah.
Of that picture. We do, if you want to, if you're a Travelodge receptionist and you do see us, you're more than welcome to join in the picture with us. Absolutely. If you wish to. Yeah. We have got a few that we've already got with hotel receptionists, a manager, and even a district manager, where they've actually joined in the pictures. You don't have to. You don't have to at all.
Absolutely not.
It's completely up to you. We'll just obviously let you know it is going on Instagram. If you want to get in the picture, by all means do.
Not only Instagram, it'll go up onto Facebook, and it could even possibly be up here on YouTube as well. So please think carefully about it. If you want to join us, you're more than happy to. But just be aware that you could be identified, and we just need to get that out to you and stress that to you as well. But yeah, please join us if you wish to do so.
But don't feel pressured. Don't feel
certainly
pressured
not.
at
No,
all.
we will respect your decision on that.
Yeah. So, how did we get into doing this challenge? So, as I say, back in last year when the restrictions started being lifted, there was a lot of places that were closed. We couldn't really do anything. Obviously, we couldn't go to the cinema. We couldn't go bowling. We couldn't do anything. Theme parks were closed. But we wanted to get out and do stuff. And we were trying to think, where can we go? And we did go to a few nice places. We went up to the Lake District and things like that and had some nice country walks. But we started exhausting all options. And I kind of jokingly at first, it was pretty much a joke with Jackie working for Travelodge. I said, wouldn't it be fun if we could actually visit every Travelodge in the UK? And Jackie looked at me with a serious face and went, yes.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, okay. I didn't expect her to take that seriously. And then we looked into it and we thought, yeah, okay, we'll do it. We got a couple of maps to see how many there were and where they were all situated. And then basically we started off with, we were sitting at home, we were a little bit bored, and we would just be like, what do you fancy doing? Where do you fancy going? And we'd be like, oh, let's go and do a couple of the Liverpool ones, or let's go and do Manchester. The only thing is now is that we're at a point where we've now done the whole of the Northwest, the whole of Manchester, the whole of Wales. So things are getting a bit more of a distance for us now. So it's not something we can just do on a spur of the moment easy as we thought. We've even done all of Carlisle. And we've done the whole of York, and then a few through like Leeds and Bradford. Because last year at some point we did stay in York, at York Layerthorpe, which was a lovely hotel. We had a couple of nights there. We did the travel lodges in York, and then as we were travelling home, as we were passing a few, we did some through like Leeds and Bradford, but we haven't done all of them in Leeds and Bradford, so we do have to go back up that way, and then hopefully maybe even nip up to like Scarborough Way and things like that. But yeah, our next big challenge that we're going to set ourselves. Where are we going?
Birmingham.
Yeah. Now Birmingham's got around about 30 hotels. So we're possibly looking at maybe staying a couple of days around
two
there.
or 3 nights, possibly.
Obviously, if restrictions allow, and we're going to try and get all the Birmingham done. There may be a bit more news coming on that one as well. We've got to sort a few things out, but we are looking into something for the Birmingham area.
We are.
So keep following us and you'll find out a bit more about that.
Yeah.
So the way we're doing this challenge is we've actually got a couple of maps. I haven't got them on me. They're over there. Anyway, we've got a couple of the Travelodge maps. And what we're doing is we're basically, on one of them, we're ticking them off as we've done them. And on the other one, on the map side, where you've got all the little blue and red blobs, we're colouring them in as we've done them. The only downside is the one that we're using at the moment is from around about 2019, isn't it?
2018 possibly.
2018, 2019. Yeah. So we do know, obviously, there are some hotels that have opened, some that have closed.
And some that's reopened again since.
Yeah, and some that have reopened. So we are looking at hopefully getting a new map soon. Because actually saying that, one of the travel lodges that we have done isn't actually on the map, which was Workington.
Workington, yeah.
And we actually visited and took our picture at Workington 2 days before it opened. Actually, 2 days before it even opened for the first time. So, so that's not even on the map. So we've actually written that at the top, haven't we?
Did.
So yeah. So I'll show you the maps and just show you about what we're going to do and where we're looking at going in the future. Okay, so we actually have 2 of these maps, and they are a bit tatty as well, and we've had to sellotape them. So what we're actually doing, as you can see, when we actually do a Travelodge, we're getting a pen and colouring them in. So as you can see, we've done all of Carlisle, all the way down Manchester, Merseyside, the Wirral. We've done the whole of Wales. Pembroke Dock, we did our 100th. So we've pretty much done a lot, well, all of the northwest up to now. Now, obviously, we've got this line here that comes through Leeds and Bradford into York. We did do the whole of York, and we actually stayed there for 2 days at York Layerthorpe. Absolutely lovely hotel. So one of our main areas that we're going to concentrate on next is going to be Birmingham. We haven't done anything there. We may be staying for a couple of days. We may be popping in to say hello. We are also aware that up in Kendal there is a new hotel that's opened. So we will be visiting that. That's about an hour's journey for us. But we do know a nice service station up there that we're going to be popping in as well. So it's not just to go up there. And obviously you've got the Lake District and things, which is absolutely beautiful. So as you see here, we've got Workington, but that's not Workington's Travelodge, that's crossed out there. There is a new hotel there. And then at some point we'll be moving up to Scotland. Now, one thing I would love to do as part of this challenge is go from John O'Groats to Land's End. So we will be doing that at some point. And then obviously we also want to do the Isle of Wight and come over here. We may be staying in that Bar Cafe one, 362. I don't know which one that one is off the top of my head. But then once we've done these and we've ticked them off on that list, and obviously we're using the sat nav and we're ticking them off on here as well. So these are all the ones which we've done and we tick them off. So we are looking hopefully to getting updated maps when anybody produces any, but there's that many which are opening that I don't know how long these are going to stay in date, to be honest. We are dreading doing London. Okay, so that's it for the maps. So just to give you an idea of what that's all about.
So yeah, so thank you. Just got a couple of people really to thank, and that is our CEO. We've got our Chief Ops Officer, my District Manager and my Hotel Manager, because they've really supported us through this over the past few months, and they have continued and stated that they will continue to support. So thank you very much for that, I appreciate it.
And I'd also like to thank you guys. Thank you for your support so far. Please like us, subscribe, join us over on Instagram, www.instagram.co.uk/TravelodgeChallenge, and also look us up on Facebook at TravelodgeChallenge and come over and join us, where we can actually share some news, upcoming events that we may be doing, and anything Travelodge based. Just remember, guys, obviously, you know, Jackie does work for Travelodge. If any of you guys do know which hotel that she works at, please don't disclose it. We don't want a queue of mile long outside her hotel wanting autographs.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
But no, for obvious reasons, just don't disclose where she's based at.
Yeah, please respect that for me.
But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, give it some ears, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks, guys. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.